Ghana Chumbers 5, 6, 7 Edeko. Ye kojina aswa Ghana 1, Chad 1. Game ni na uhebi ubone tofa. Sana hu niema Ghana Chad and as a Chad Ghana.
Well, about I think that it was a disappointing outing from the Blasters. Bola obi I expect to say omobebono. Enya no na yehu ye. One thing I'm noticing is so check your qualifiers now. We've not been special, we've not been exceptional. But at least for the World Cup qualifiers there, we find a way to make things happen. We find a way to secure the 3 points. It's not playing against each other. About 14 games. The last time we win a match, last year March 2024. Na by show 5. Now mobile at home there. Na obier him say a foregone conclusion because any one of the teams are moving and standing to the test of time. Obier him so moving me a Blaster. But here kwakobo bona yete say coach to had to say park in there park near to turf no. That flimsy excuse and amount for year shas a show. But on the field of play, who say you started, you know, and now you game no your game encouraging. And your game you're dominant. And your game now because the guys were ready to deliver. Now who say players near purposeful, almost fighting, almost running, who say almost energy level on the washroom, almost going for the 50-50 duels to show say they want to win. But it was a relaxed game, playing as if there was nothing at stake, playing with no intensity, and Omar relaxes say, whichever be the situation, we are better player than them, and at the end of it all, the baby a bit me a show until the final minute. Omo put that ball through 2 players from Ghana and Timia Marke Omwa, Abrantia no I friend Salaston Ekuya, Eko ball no etu atrema. A body deflected omutimi eti a performance no Ghanaian which is your Blasters in a ball against one of the worst teams in world footballer also Buputia. But a disappointing outing and I don't think say encouraging also also from the Blasters of Ghana.
And the going forward, Ujidi said dear pa and a Blasters that shambolic performance and so Chad Obakofa Eddie Abraham Obaka say a minister budget one sense sama or de eba eno otoado ana anshe nyema yi pitch no and as a boys na nkasa attitude on field of play and I contribute to Ghana defeat and as a draw na yekonya e Chad no
right minister sam ne de obia ntimi mfa mamu ha ne nyina ne se ye ne Angola bo Kumasi no now stadium where ya until be aketua so Angola for share ye ni Niger for ball Accra no ya until be aketua so Niger for share ye call AFCON Cote d'Ivoire and a group of Mozambique, Egypt and then Cape Verde ya until be aketua so ye ntimi qualify from that group ye call ball tournament and ni Morocco Gabon Comoros one group no ya until be aketua so but yet me and qualify from the group. So the issue of players winning bonus, it doesn't come in here. Again, players say yes, Blasters Management Committee, $10,000 normal for no work and yet. How does that affect players on the field of play? And Ghana, ye players, ye national team almost we've gone close to 40 plus years. We've not won the AFCON. And the issues about Minister and Samokano has no role to play in this particular game. So what share Sudan in the AFCON qualifiers are home and away, right? Yeah, until be okay to also, but yeah, and qualify. So issue about money and the reduction of a winning bonus has no role in this particular game. Again, Otado, if you want to cut $50,000 and or say or winning match we are and penny for man $20,000. You say that young just you have a man $10,000. Is anybody telling me that is the reason why he failed to deliver? That is the reason why he failed to push and demand a lot from the players today. Is that the reason why I team back home pair bubble? Now you bought double pivot of Salis Ahmed and then Elisha Owusu. No, the guy's attitude has always been like this from the very first day. Now the funny thing is that we don't have a good coach. We don't have a coach that will demand the respect from these people that can put them to demand the kind of football that Ghanaians want for us. The issue about Minister Assembly there, young Phantom, the issue is that our players lack attitude, our players lack commitment, our players lack dedication, our players lack that prestige. I'll be able to say what the national team this year in Sabekano. Sanyamano and a free a blaster. We need a quality coach. Here leaders are be put to fear. Be more matter the respect where your national team this and yet me getting the best out of the importance of qualifying for the World Cup. And yet players and I say and then yet me put you up that stellar performance. I don't think it's a Kudus Mohammed Sika Odino. Until on some game Sika Odino. And asama minister I can't put you this kind of insipid performance. Semenyo has been like this for the last 2 years in the Blasters. Kudus Mohammed has been like this for the last 2 years in the Blasters since I got to a starboard. Match Papa Kudus Mohammed Abo. It has always been like this. Why? Because we don't employ better technical handlers to make sure that they will take us to the promised land. In the right, a new bonus as a clear attitude and the willingness to die for the national team. No, they need a place in the moon. Sina Bonnie, a better cry. Na ye kokwasa nyame beye. Na game let me I say. And it has nothing to do with the budget.
Going forward, Andy, personally, OGD say Ghana qualification, baby, I could no say no. A more identity my na and as still na you have a brighter chance of qualifying to the Mundial. Ewo USA, Canada, and Mexico.
Right, you have a brighter chance of qualifying. Why? Because your destiny depending on your own hands, and more so, we are not competing with some of the best teams in the continent. We are not battling with Cameroon, Senegal, Egypt, Algeria, Morocco. Those are the teams that say Ekoye 50-50 our bebre. But after losing to this particular game, you better have Mali on Monday, and I don't think Mali had been special in all these qualifiers. And with the pressure, you bet there were 2 players netting, any management netting from a Nekosi Sunday, that will push that guys to perform. It's right, their chances of qualifying to the United States, I think it's still brighter. We need to push the players, we need to demand from them, we need to ask for more, and we need to tell them why they should fight and take Ghana to the World Cup in USA, Canada, or Mexico. It's your chances there. I think it's still your destiny is in our own hands, and we have the chance to qualify.
OGD say Otuado sense somebody can be kind say pitch nenye pitch ne so den no ewura boys ni trima na because game ne cost you say Ghana share back na boys ne jebo a obi antum lika biem omo jejina pass ball ne sa ana nkofo e ba be take no obi say san komo na Otuado e be di ye no ya de a ewura Ghana boys ni trim say coach class park nenye pitch nenye ti jebo ahwe ne antum lika ye nyejina wo sa kopem say bobo na wi.
Right, you open out a bimua, a beco motrim, but say, Uyo bit to say Jerome Puku, Uyo bit to say Agita, Uyo bit to say Calabri in Chia. Bon, Mumunya be more. Eda, say Ababa Tomonase, and the amount of the opportunity to play. Until you don't need a coach to tell you, say, Petinia, Petinia, because the corporates, say Jikuba, say Sali Suba. These guys will not start in the national team. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to grab a chance by your way. I don't think on such players like this, Mekwa blame coach to say on na moment in Salis Ahmed game no free mukra Blackstars and say call up Krano Nyabi. When you have the opportunity to be back to the national team, Obana be put to this kind of performance. Are you saying we should blame Coach to say Okoka separating in there? In any case, Omoba Ghana ha Park Ben Omoboso ball. Again, right, the match Toto. The previous games I have me see the outing, the attitude, the composure, and everything has always been like this. Just that your individual moment, your individual brilliance, your guys are multi changing game within a split second. And in some moments we find a way to win. But in totality, our game has always been like this, And in as much as it was uncalled for to tell us this, because pitching on board so a better Chakra Sports Stadium, pitching on board so better than Kumasi Sports Stadium, I will say the coach failed to demand a lot from the players. And nothing about a boy. It is not because the pitch issue. The player decided not to run. The player decided not to give their best, and we didn't have a good coach that can demand more from these players. On beating our boy push here to the next level, and until the end in the game.
Again, I Antoine Semenyo, our Blackstars set him because Antoine Semenyo is numero our England. The last time on him team Liverpool, Asia, you who 2 goals, and Antoine Semenyo a boy, and all ball league our England. I read I want Daniel near dinner or day a ball edema ni team Bournemouth. Now about Ghana ha chance be down about 20 I don't know. Over that day pa. And a hand Semenyo Ghana how ba ultimate way.
Mental fortitude, his ability to perform better, his ability to demand for more, his ability to show that quality to demand for other teams to chase him. No, was so. No Jidisika, no Yenajuma, and he feels like giving his best. Every boy a better team to play. But so Beba force so Hano fight for his last blood. No, Opera, dear better no. It is even likely to give on to me in your baby in Kobe. But Kesemeno, the last 2 seasons the teams that at least it is because of its club football and not its performance in the national team. Into prioritize the national prioritize Bournemouth instead of the Blasters. Into game the Semon that you see him running, the menu that you see him running left, right, center, very intense, putting pressure on opponents. Who says Semenyo AAB in the Blasters? Whom Fasua was also here for the national team. It is the reason why he's doing that. That is why you need a very good coach that will take tough decisions, that will put players at their right position to make sure he demands for more. Until then, right, you're born be say I say Semenyo could do gender. It is intentional and they are not ready to give their best to the national team.
And you almost said that.
Oh, right. Semenyo said that born now who's all born who's he's not ready to play. Any year so Montidian or he could do. He's not ready to play. It's born here the son and son no bonesa. So I'm one here back was it. But so big given the best or better running. Share more of Liverpool. So who's Semenyo? Whom we can know to ones who to blast that. So it's intentional. They don't see the need to offer your best for the national team. That's all. That is the reason why. You don't see the need to offer your best for the national team. That's all. Why? Because Zikazeni the man but a ho no din the dairy bread, a ho ena upon a ball, and a ho no enjoy the fans and everything. It is the reason why he offer his best for his Air Bournemouth instead of the national team.
Now let me tell you, Padia, the lives of Asamoah Jamona no Mukuamo Edema Ghana no Yebenya Biumna Chapa.
We will need a very good coach that would demand a lot, that would take tough decisions. Right, you called 2010 World Cup. Yet did that you need some Kumekoe after winning the 2009 AFCON World Cup under 20.
Yeah.
Now being in some more start at the World Cup. But we saw Sulemontari on the bench. We saw Kodasama on the bench. These guys were playing ahead of players who were playing for AC Milan, Juventus, and Inter Milan. Time I used to Sulebema against Uruguay when Nascenta and Shegu. That is the sort of coach Ghana need. A top coach. Mali Fondro Bisuma. Mali player being the bottom team Tottenham Hotspur. He's been dropped. Why? Because of his attitude. That is football. It is Yenya Obia. Obesho to Kudus Mohammed Mo. Obesho to Antion Semenyo. Obesho to Inaki would say, hey, you play in the Spanish La Liga. You play for Tottenham. You play at the biggest stage of football. But at least I have a young guy in there who is ready to offer more. Let me put that guy on and let's see what the guy brings on board. Simple. Things will change. It's right. Forget it. We will qualify to the World Cup, but I won't change anything. It is still going to be the same old story. Did you alternatively? Did you the performance for the Blastars in terms of statistics? He's ahead of every player on board. But Jordan Shegu, he was not running. He was not giving his best. Bench him, sit him down, allow players who is ready to deliver come on board, and you see the kind of performance they will put up. Until see a Benny will be sad decisions to be forget it. the Blasters is going to be like this, and you don't expect so much for the national team.
Ti o kan go say Otuado there, he's not the right man to lead Ghana to the promised land.
Oh, bright way they say answer my story. Obi any. So who doesn't know? Say Ghana, if you are serious and want to move on, it is no Otuado.
I saw the